Welcome back to my channel. Today, we explore the value of specific coins, the most valuable Lincoln 1-cent coins value in market. First up, the 1981 Lincoln 1 cent with the D mint mark. Especially in very fine condition, stick around, because you might be sitting on a penny worth more than you think. First off, let's talk about the 1981 Lincoln cent itself. This penny is part of the Lincoln Memorial series, which ran from 1959 all the way until 2008. The coin features the classic profile of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse side, designed by Victor David Brenner, and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. Now, what makes the 1981D penny special? Well, the D mint mark means it was minted in Denver, one of the primary U.S. mint facilities. That year, the Denver Mint produced about 1.6 billion pennies, so plenty of these coins exist, but most are just everyday change. Before we dive into the coin's value, let's quickly explain what very fine condition means in coin collecting terms. Coins are graded on a scale from poor to mint state, with very fine VF meaning the coin has moderate wear but all major details are still clear. On a 1981 penny, this means Lincoln's facial features, the word Liberty, the date, and the mint mark are all easily visible, with only light wear on the highest points. If your 1981D penny looks clean but shows slight wear on Lincoln's cheek and hair, chances are it qualifies as very fine. Okay, so is the 1981D Lincoln penny rare? Not exactly. These coins were minted in huge numbers, so they're common in general circulation. However, collectors look for specific varieties, errors, and condition quality to find value. Some 1981D pennies with mint errors like double dies or repunched mint marks can be worth a premium. But for a standard 1981D penny in very fine condition, we're talking about value based mostly on condition and demand. So, how much is a 1981D penny worth in very fine condition today? According to the latest coin price guides and recent market sales, a standard 1981D penny in VF condition generally ranges between $150.00. This might not sound like a lot compared to older rare coins, but it's a decent premium over face value, especially since pennies like this are common in lower grades. Why would collectors pay even a small premium for a coin like this? Well, the 1981D is part of a larger Lincoln series that many collectors aim to complete in nice condition. It also marks a transitional era before the penny composition changed in 1980 to from 95% copper to primarily zinc. In conclusion, well, the 1981D Lincoln penny might not be a jackpot coin. It's still a neat collectible with some value in very fine condition. It's a small piece of American history that could earn you a few extra cents or even a couple of dollars if you find the right beer. Next up, the 1965 Lincoln 1 cent without a mint mark. If you're a coin collector or just curious about coin values, stick around because this penny might surprise you. First off, let's get some basics down. The 1965 Lincoln cent was minted during a unique time in U.S. coin history. Unlike previous decades, the 1965 penny doesn't have a mint mark. Why? Because from 1965 to 1967, the U.S. Mint temporarily stopped using mint marks on pennies and nickels to discourage coin collecting during a coin shortage. So, every 1965 penny you see out there should not have a mint mark. No D for Denver, no S for San Francisco. Only Philadelphia produced coins without a mint mark during these years. While most 1965 pennies are pretty common and easy to find, there are factors that can make certain coins more valuable. The 1965 Lincoln cent is especially interesting because it represents a transitional period in coinage. Here's the thing: the 1965 penny is made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, the same as earlier pennies. But these coins are often overlooked because they don't have the cool wheat ears design of earlier years. Instead, the 1965 penny has the reverse with the Lincoln Memorial, which was introduced in 1959. When it comes to coin value, condition is everything. Coins in good condition still have visible details but show wear from circulation. More precise grading terms you might hear include very fine, extremely fine, and uncirculated, with value increasing dramatically as condition improves. So, for a 1965 Lincoln cent without a mint mark, a good condition coin generally means the date is readable, Lincoln's profile is clear, but there is somewhere now for the million-dollar question. What is a 1965 Lincoln penny without a mint mark worth today in good condition? Well, since millions were minted, these coins are generally not rare. Most good condition coins are worth about $170 to collectors, basically face value. However, if you find one in uncirculated condition or with any unusual errors or varieties, like a double die or a rare strike, the value can jump to several dollars or even more so. While most 1965 Lincoln pennies without mint marks are common and worth just a few cents in good condition, there's always a chance you could come across a hidden gem. And for coin enthusiasts, the 1965 penny represents a neat piece of U.S. history. Next up, the 1968 Lincoln 1 cent without a mint mark. We'll explore what makes this coin special, why collectors value it, and exactly how much it's worth in today's market, especially in fine condition. So whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting your journey, stick around. You don't want to miss this. The Lincoln cent is a staple of American coinage, featuring the iconic profile of President Abraham Lincoln since 1909. The 1968 penny is part of the Lincoln Memorial series, which ran from 1959 to 2008. This series features Lincoln's profile on the obverse side and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. But what sets the 1968 Lincoln cent apart is the lack of a mint mark. Most pennies in that era carried a mint mark indicating where they were struck, a D for Denver or an S for San Francisco. The absence of a mint mark means this coin was minted in Philadelphia, which was the only U.S. mint that didn't use a mint mark during that period. Now, you might wonder, why would a 1968 penny without a mint mark be valuable? After all, millions were made. Well, the value isn't just about rarity. It's about condition, demand, and subtle characteristics that collectors look for in general. The 1968 penny is fairly common, but coins in high grades, like fine condition and above, can still fetch a premium from collectors. Fine condition means the coin shows moderate wear, but all major details are still visible. So, what exactly does fine condition mean? Coin grading can be tricky, but it's important for determining value. For a 1968 Lincoln cent in fine condition, you'll notice moderate wear on Lincoln's face and hair. The date is clear, but some of the finer details of Lincoln's beard or the memorial's columns might be worn down. Collectors use the Sheldon scale to grade coins, and fine usually falls between grades 12 and 15 on that scale. It's a step above good but below very fine or extremely fine. As of 2025, a 1968 Lincoln 1 cent without a mint mark in fine condition typically sells for around $220 in the retail market. While this might seem low compared to rarer coins, it's important to remember that pennies are generally common. However, for those interested in certified coins, prices can increase. Also, coins with unusual characteristics like double dies, repunched mint marks, or other errors can be worth much more, sometimes hundreds or thousands of dollars, depending on rarity. So, there you have it. The 1968 Lincoln 1 cent without a mint mark may not be the rarest coin in the world, but it still holds value, especially in fine condition or better. Whether you found one in your pocket change or inherited a collection, it's definitely worth checking out. Next up, the Lincoln 1 cent from 1973, specifically the version without a mint mark in extremely fine condition. If you've ever wondered how much this seemingly ordinary penny could be worth today, you're in the right place. The Lincoln cent, also known as the Lincoln penny, has been a staple of American currency since it was first minted in 1909. It was introduced to honor Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, and quickly became the longest-running coin design in U.S. history for decades. collectors, and everyday people alike have kept these pennies in circulation, often unaware of their potential value. The 1973 Lincoln 1 cent is a relatively common date, but the absence of a mint mark and the coin's condition can drastically affect its value. Quick coin collector tip: mint marks are small letters on the coin that show where the coin was minted. For Lincoln pennies, common mint marks include D for Denver and S for San Francisco. But many coins have no mint mark, meaning they were minted in Philadelphia, which did not use a mint mark on pennies in 1973. When we talk about coin condition, collectors use grading terms to describe how worn or pristine a coin is. Extremely fine, often abbreviated as EF or XF, means the coin has only very slight wear on its highest points, but retains most of its original luster. And EF 1973 Lincoln penny will show sharp details on Lincoln's face, hair, and the wheat stalks on the reverse side with minimal scratches or marks. These coins are harder to find because most pennies were circulated heavily and lost their mint luster. Now for the big question: how much is a 1973 Lincoln penny without a mint mark worth in extremely fine condition? As of today's market, these coins can fetch anywhere from $200 depending on the beer and coin specifics. While that might not sound like much, it's significantly higher than the face value of 1 cent, especially when compared to a common circulated penny. Why are these pennies worth more than face value? It boils down to condition and demand. Most 1973 pennies were heavily circulated, so finding one in extremely fine condition is rare. Also, collectors aiming to complete their Lincoln cent sets seek high-quality coins from every year and mint, pushing up the value of coins like the 1973 Philadelphia penny without a mint mark. So, whether you're a casual collector or a serious numismatist, the 1973 Lincoln 1 cent without a mint mark in extremely fine condition is definitely worth checking out in your coin collection. It might just surprise you with its value. If you enjoyed this deep dive and want more coin value guides, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting!